Hey there. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I am underneath a brick and mortar 1930s house that has two additions. And in the 1930s, they didn't really have running water. And I have been dealing with kind of the water theme. So if you've seen any of my other videos on my Fridays, I missed last week because I was dealing with this. But it kind of is the same vibe almost, right? Because in those videos, I'm talking about water and how water is kind of like part of us and the lessons we can learn about, like, the tsunami of problems, the riptide of problems, the days where we just like to sit and tube on the easy river, the easy lazy river, and how, if we just breathe deep, we can take it all in and get through to that calm space. So one of the other things that I'm featuring on my videos is the challenges or the things that I'm encountering in this new life that I've chosen for myself, not having been raised in a farm environment, not having lived in a rural environment before, but growing up kind of, loving old houses and watching, this old house and HGTV, House Hunters, and all those kinds of things. And over time, learning to do some of the projects myself. So that kind of is where I'm at right now. So why am I underneath a house dealing with pipes? You would say, hire somebody to do that. Yes, obviously, there are professional people, and there's a reason why they charge a significant amount per hour, because it is definitely labor. I have been crawling around under this house last week on Thursday all day, underneath, back out, driving to town to get more supplies, so I've looked that up, and the trade, as a former professor, I really think that, like, the trades are very important. That you want to if you're younger and you want to think about kind of like robot proofing your job. I'm not sure if plumbing will be something where maybe in 20 years, 10 years, 20 years, there'll be robots that would come in and fix this kind of stuff. I have no idea. But anyway, here we are today. So the other thing is, when you're looking at an old house, you're probably going to have an inspection, and you're going to believe what those inspectors who are crawling around and taking pictures and stuff. But I don't recall exactly what the inspection report was for this house. And I really didn't care, because I knew I wanted the property and it wasn't going to be like a deal breaker for me. However, I've been learning some things along the way. And one of the things is, I do not want to be fixing frozen pipes every year. So the first few years I've had to hire plumbers to fix pipes. And I did a different video of the water feed line from the outside, which is kind of like an outhouse situation. So where I'm at now is, if I'm doing this myself, I can start to identify the problem rather than just the patching of the problem, right? So if we are in a situation where we're kind of in this like mindset of just like, something breaks and we fix that little thing, and then the next thing down the line, something breaks and we fix that little thing. And this is kind of like life metaphor, rather than kind of like stepping back and like looking at the landscape and maybe seeing there's a different way of doing things, right? So I am guessing, based on how many different patches I'm finding, that the previous owners experienced this problem too. And just every time something breaks, we just go down and fix it rather than fixing the bigger issue. In this case, it would be, how do I get the below freezing, the 0-degree weather temperatures to not be under here. So it takes a while to like figure that out. And I don't know, it's not bright enough today, but you can kind of see over here where last year when this happened. So I'm in like the 3rd year of fixing frozen pipes. And what that means is that this building cannot be occupied during during the time where their pipes might freeze or the aftermath of the freezing. So that is a big issue that I think that I have a final solution. So last year, my solution was, you can kind of see some like little bits of sunshine over there. So last year I came down and I could see lots of sunlight coming through. And I realized that this crawl space was just not insulated. It's open. And there's this doorway here that just has a piece of plywood up, and 0-degree, really windy weather just comes right in. It's also cinder block. So there are companies out there that you can pay to come in and like weatherproof all of this. And maybe they doesn't even have like raw dirt ground or whatever. But I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to turn this around. And that over there, if you can see the like sunlight coming through there, that is a porch, like open to the air, with just wood floor slats with open to the air. So at some point, whoever was working on this property did not really think about how to make this solid and kind of like airproof and temperature proof. In the process of last year fixing these pipes, I'm slowly going through and finding, here's a pile of pipes that have been broken and over time, right? So I've been researching products, and in the other video, I'm showing the timer that I have found that is a little bit more delicate to control the heat lamp when the heat lamp comes off and on. And the outhouse there, I worked on like sealing up all the little cracks in the wood siding. I covered it with other things. I insulated the inside and added the heat lamp. And first year that I haven't had to fix the turn off, turn on switch from the well water to the house. So I feel really great about problem solving that. I had paid someone 3 different seasons, 3 different times to repair that. And last year, I just decided that I needed to do it myself, which meant like a completely like, this isn't working, let me get something. And it ended up being bigger. And then I had to drill a hole through the wall or the foundation or whatever, So like it created a bigger problem, but a better solution. And I think sometimes that's where people try to take shortcuts in life. It's like, okay, there's like this little section is broken. Let me just fix this little section. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know if you can see this, and Hank is down here. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this. So I have, let's see, this round, this year, I fixed pipes that way where I have to crawl like 20 feet. Hi, buddy. And fix the kitchen side that was different from last year's side. But now that I'm in there, I can see everything that is there, which is really cool. So I know where all the pipes are going and where the water is going. So last year on this side, I fixed different pipes than I'm fixing today or last week. So last week I had to fix pipes over here and then turn the water. Then you have to go out and turn the water on, and then the water goes through the pipe a little bit farther, and then you find the next leak and the next crack, right? So, and then figuring out what supplies you have. So if I'm a professional plumber, hi buddy. If I'm a professional plumber and I've got my like plumbing truck outside, I probably have these materials. So a lot of plumbers are still using these, the glue, the traditional glue. but there's this really great product called Shark Bites. And this has been really the best thing for me. I tried doing these glue things, but you also have to wait for those to be done. And then also what I'm discovering is that the problem is if you cut and do the glue things and that breaks, you have to cut and do the glue things again. But if you have the shark pipes and the pipe breaks, or the shark fittings and the pipe breaks, then you just have to pop it off and replace the pipe. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at. So I had turned off the off and on water switch when the temperatures hit way below freezing this past January, so about a month and a half ago, because I was really worried that I would have frozen pipes and then everything would burst. So I just decided to hit that off, just like not even like deal with it until it warmed up. So when it warmed up, it turned the water on and I started finding the breaks. So I fixed one over here, and then I could hear the water over in the other side where the kitchen is. And I fixed that. And then when I turned the water back on, I found another one that's closer to the wall over here. So then I crawled all the way in and broke all that up and fixed that piece. And then I crawled back out and I turned the water back on, and then I could hear it gushing. So I wasn't sure if it was coming from up above. Like I wasn't sure if it was frozen inside, like there's one section here where it goes up for a shower, which is like inside a closet. So last year, 2023, I was fixing 2022 December blizzard, 0 degrees for several days, and everything froze inside the house too. So I had to replace the toilet. It froze like the shower head and the shower inside the walls and stuff like that. And that was a whole nother issue because I was in the middle of a different repair and could not keep everything heated to the best ability. Plus they also had a rolling blackout. So even if you did have a heater on, the rolling blackout was turned off all the electricity for like 3 or 4 hours and everything, you're done. Everything's frozen. So anyway, I'm learning how to fix things, and I'm also learning the system. So yeah, but it's exhausting crawling around and then sitting and using your arms in ways that maybe you don't normally do if you're not like a yogi or something like that. So anyway, I fixed like all the way back there, and then I turned the water back on, and now there's a break here that I'm going to fix. My solution that I discovered, which I showed in the other video, and I will thinking about just uploading this, so I'll maybe share a different video later. But there's this thing that I've discovered called a pipe tape, heater tape, or something like that. So it's a regular standard voltage. It's not hot like a heat lamp. It doesn't draw as much energy as a heat lamp does. So, and it comes in different lengths. So I tried that for the outside well, and I have it 6-foot piece, and I have it from the ground wrapping around the well pipe, around the handle, around the nozzle, and then around the short hose length. And it's magical because now I can actually turn the outside water on during a below freezing time and pour water into a bucket for my animals. So I'm going to fix this today. I'm not going to record everything that I'm doing, but I'm going to fix this today and then maybe do another video where I'm going to start in one corner and basically install this heater tape down here later in the year, in the summer, when it's a little bit easier just to get under here and not raining outside and muddy and stuff like that. And when I have the like mental capacity and the physical like motivation to get under here and really like start, I think I'm going to start in that corner over there and get a long I think that there's like 150 feet of this stuff. So I'm going to start over there and just kind of systematically wrap the pipes to a point where everything is actually heated. The longer term solution of insulating and hiring a company that would come in and do all the jazz and like rip off the front porch and like change the foundation and like that's all just so overwhelming and complicated, not just financially, just like overwhelming, and I don't want to think about it, right? So my advice is this is not just about plumbing. This is about problem solving and how we navigate through our lives. If we take a deep breath, we just like focus on something else and let our brains like think about a solution to our current issue and how maybe we can find, step back, observe the landscape, research different alternatives rather than just rushing in and fixing the one broken little spot and then rushing in and fixing in the next little broken spot, right? So sometimes we just kind of like are spinning our wheels and we're like stuck in this like problem solving of like, oh, mode rather than putting it away for a little bit and stepping back and like seeing if there's a better solution for the entire system, right? And that can be like a big life lesson. All right, so check back with another video of me giving you the updates on that installation. I gotta get to work. Thank you. Bye. Subscribe if you want to see a few more of these projects that I'm working on. Appreciate you. Thank you.